Mic checker. Chicka, chicka, chicka. It's not son, baby. Yeah. One time, baby. What? For your mind, baby. Yeah. We gon' shine, baby. And what we do, we gon' grind, baby. Yeah. What? And this is another episode. So. Swingers After Dark. And this is your host. Not son, baby. Here we go. The question of the day. Why the majority of swingers are over 30? Middle-aged. A lot of people think, or a lot of people see, that there's not many youngins in their 20s at swing parties, at lifestyle events. Over 21, of course. And from my perspective, and from my experience, traveling, getting to know people, and the general basics of people in their 20s who really don't know themselves, who really don't have a full grasp about who they are. When you in your 20s, you're still searching for the meaning of life. You're still searching for that truth through knowledge. You're still searching what makes sense to you, what feels real, And during that search, you may not be comfortable in your sexuality. You may not be all the way comfortable in your sexual expression because you don't want to feel judged, or you don't want to be judged. You don't want people to judge you because of your sexual proclivities. Or for the slow motherfuckers out there, your sexual habits. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're in your 20s, you're still trying to figure out who you are. You're not really comfortable within yourself or in yourself. You still have your insecurities and your demons. Well, not necessarily demons. Let's keep it to your insecurities. You might have been teased when you were younger in your teenage years. You might have been teased because you had a big butt. A lot of ladies, as when they were younger, they were teased. Like if you was like, you had like a rump in high school, it was considered like a curse. It wasn't celebrated, especially when you had like the biggest butt in high school, like growing up. And also speaking for myself, it took me a long time to appreciate my lips because I have full lips. And I always take pictures. I used to take pictures pursing my lips. I used to ball my lips into my mouth. I balled it up into my mouth because I really didn't like my lips. I didn't see it as an asset. It's like I was real insecure about my lips, among other things. You really don't know what you have until you get older, and until you travel, and until you find out that people appreciate you for who you are and what you have. You start to appreciate your imperfections, because none of us are born perfect. And that's the beauty, And that's one of the reasons why you don't have a lot of young people in the lifestyle, because when you're your 20s, you really don't appreciate yourself. You really don't have that self-gratification that you have until you hit your 30s and 40s. And because you don't have that confidence, you're hesitant to strip naked in front of the world, because you're not sure if the past is going to haunt you, like the past of people teasing you haunts you. Like what you thought was a liability when you were younger, it becomes an asset, just like my full lips. A lot of women love my lips for various reasons. But I really didn't appreciate my lips until I got older. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't appreciate my lips until I got older. And not for nothing, I did not know that I was packing until I got older. Until I got in my 20s. Like I didn't know what was a big dick was or a little dick was. I didn't know what was considered big or little. I didn't know what was considered well endowed or lacking. I didn't know. I'm a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer. Like, I didn't start fucking until like my senior year of high school. Like, I'm a late bloomer. I don't have them stories about, you know, fucking the babysitter and fucking a teacher and the old lady across the hall. I don't have them stories. Yes, I've had older women flirt to me, frolic with me, or frolic to me rather. But I don't have them stories of like older women like buying me candy and sucking my dick and shit like that. I don't have them stories. I'm a late bloomer. I lost my virginity on Halloween of all days. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it was a scary sight. No pun intended. But you know, I really didn't know that I had a big dick until this older woman who I was seeing at the time told me, "Whoa, you a lot of men." You know, I was, how old was I? I was like 21, 22, and she was 34 at the time. And she had her own, she had like a first floor apartment in Harlem. It was like a studio apartment, you know, like a bachelorette pad. And I loved it. Like, I used to go over there like every weekend to beat them cheeks. To bust her down, down, down. Yes, we used to get it in. You know, I wasn't the animal like I am now in the bed. You know, I didn't destroy it like I could now or like I can now. I was alright. I was decent. But fuck all that. Enough about my sex game. But yeah, you know, as I've gotten older, I really didn't become comfortable, you know, I really didn't get comfortable with myself and in my skin until I've gotten like in my 30s. That's when my confidence came in. And that's when I knew what worked and what didn't work. And that's why traveling is important. That's why meeting different people is important. And, you know, coming across people in different walks of life. And that's why you don't become socially awkward. Because you know who to talk to and who not to talk to. You know who vibe with you and who don't want to fuck with you. You know, and that's where the confidence come in. And a lot of people, they lack confidence because they seek solace and gratification from people who don't give a fuck about them. It was like you trying to be a part of the in crowd when you could create your own in crowd. You could create your own circle or be around like-minded people. And when people come into the swing lifestyle as youngins, first of all, not only that a lot of young people in their 20s, they lack the sexual experience, but they also don't have a lot of maturity. You know what they say, the brain doesn't fully develop until the age of 25. And when you get in a relationship, swinging is the last thing that you want to do, because the swinger lifestyle will amplify and highlight everything that's fucked up about your relationship. Real talk. You know, it would magnify everything that's fucked up about your relationship. And when you're in your 20s and still trying to figure out how to be a good mate, or you still striving to build a foundation within yourself and in your household, swinging is the last thing that you want to do. When you bring multiple people in your household and you're sharing yourself with multiple people, that's the last thing that you want to do, especially when you haven't matured yet, mentally and physically. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of young people in their 20s, they don't know how to hold liquor. Shit, a lot of people in their 30s and 40s and 50s don't know how to hold liquor. For that matter, but for the most part, you know, when you're 20s, like, you so gung-ho. You know, you want to fuck everything moving. You want to experience the lifestyle. You want to do this and do that. But on the flip side, you may be nervous. You may just stick with your clan, your clique, because you don't want to be judged. You're afraid that, you know, if you really go all out, you go ham, a lot of people gonna, you know, frown upon you. But I'm gonna tell you, like I tell a lot of people, Do things in moderation. Work at your own pace. Just because you're at a swingers party, that doesn't mean that you have to holler at everything moving. That doesn't mean that you got to try to fuck everything moving. Just treat it like a social event that has a high probability of sex. That's how I treat swing parties. Like, I don't go into events thinking that I'm going to get some ass. I treat women as if I'm going to a business meeting, like I'm going to church, whatever the case may be. I put them in the friend zone, goddammit. Real talk. Like, a lot of chicks, just because she looks good, that doesn't mean that her head is right. That doesn't mean that she has a good head above her shoulders. She could be crazy as batshit. Because at this point, I don't have patience for crazy ass broads. Well, she could be a little bit crazy. She could be like a little bit of kooky, but I don't want an insane bitch in my household. Real talk. Like, a lot of dudes love that shit, but I don't. I love my peace. You feel me? But, you have a lot of, younger people, they still trying to figure out life. And, when you still in your 20s, you kind of rebellious. Because in the swing lifestyle, you have a lot of, code of conduct and etiquette. And that's why a lot of the youth, the youngins, that they have that youthful energy in their 20s. And they want to wild out sometimes. It's like letting that inner beast out of the cage. And, you need a mentor. I won't even say mentor. You just need to be vetted. Yeah, that's the right word. You need to be vetted. Somebody needs to harness that youthful energy into something productive. And to, sharpening wisdom. Because you don't want to get it to the point where you get a reputation of being thirsty or a chick who just fuck anybody. Like, you have no standards or boundaries. And just because we're in a swinger lifestyle, that doesn't mean that we got to fuck everything moving or we're obligated to have sex. You still need some type of standards on your dick and pussy. You feel me? You need to be selective. Choosy Susie. Picky Nicky. You understand me? It's like, as much as people say they don't judge, shit, people judge. Self-preservation is the first law of nature, and people judge. People judge everything. People judge where they want to work, who they want to talk to, who they want to socialize with, their religion, where they want to shop. Everything is a judgment call. You understand me? So people judge. And that's why, there's not a lot of young people in the lifestyle because, the youth, a lot of people in their 20s, they get intimidated. They become scared. It's like people treat a swingers party like going to prison. You know what I'm saying? It's like they treat it like it's going to prison. Like, I've had chicks tell me, I'm scared to go to swingers party. Are they going to grab me? Are they going to touch me? Do I have to have sex? And I'm like, yo, like, people for the most part at swing events, they're respectful. They're not going to try to kidnap you into a fucking room. You can always say no. And if somebody acts like they don't have home training, you can always alert security to escort their asses out the party. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not like swinging is not rocket science. It's about being around people who makes you comfortable, because all parties and events are not created equal. I don't party with everybody. Everybody's event is not my cup of Henny. Every event is not my speed. I don't fuck with every group. Because there may be certain members that I don't vibe with, or the overall theme, or how the group owner carry themselves. It's like, I don't want to be a part of that. And going back to the youngins who have that youthful energy, and either they want to explore, or they're shy, or they're in a relationship and they're in a relationship that's not yet ready to indulge in swing activities. Because temptation is a bitch when you're not strong, when you're young, and you never come across a lot of sexual advances. So when you in a relationship with your significant other, it's going to bring out some character traits that you haven't strengthened yet. It's going to bring out your weaknesses. Like swinging is going to expose your weaknesses. And that's another reason why, a lot of young people, in their 20s, over 21, I got to stress that because, I got to stress that it's like, because especially when liquor and sex are involved, you got to be over 21 to attend swing events, of course, because nobody don't want to deal with jailbait. And it's not a good feeling when a party gets raided because somebody finds out that somebody's who's underage is at a fucking event. And luckily for me, I haven't come across those type of people because I attend grown and sexy events. I attend events where people are sure of themselves and they're confident in themselves. Because you have people go to swing events, they're nervous, they don't want to be judged, and they're not sure if they want to play. You have chicks, they want to suck dick, they want to fuck, but because they don't want to be judged, they kind of fall back. And I get it, because you don't want a reputation. You don't want to have a reputation of being that chick who just gives it up and you lose respect from your peers. And you don't want to be that dude who's perceived as creepy and a thirst hound. Trust me, I get it. But a lot of people in their 20s, when they do go to swing parties, from my experience and from what I've seen, they don't indulge anyway. A lot of people, 30 below, they treat swing parties like meet and greets, like social events. They'll fuck you like behind closed doors, like outside of the events. But they're not going to necessarily indulge at the party. They have to get to know you first. It's like they have to do the background checks. They have to background check the background check. Like people in their 20s, they're more hesitant to really get their shit off. But people in their 30s and 40s, whoa. Like the freakiest people that I met in the lifestyle, the freakiest women were women in their 40s and 50s because they don't give a fuck about how they perceive. About how people perceive them because they're comfortable. They like, yeah, I'm a slut. Yeah, I love to, fuck men, women, whatever the case may be. I'm pansexual. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to get it in. They pass the stage of giving a fuck how people view them, how people perceive them. They're at an age where they're not clearing up anything. There's nothing to clear up. If you hear gossip and rumors about them, they don't give a fuck. If anything, they like, yo, anything you heard about me, believe that shit. They don't give a fuck. But when you're in your 20s and even your 30s, you still self-conscious about yourself. You're still finding yourself. And swinging, when you're dealing with multiple people with different agendas and philosophies and different personalities, you could get caught up in the mix. Especially when somebody's more socially experienced than you. You don't want to get to the point where you come across somebody who's manipulative and then you're confused and you're hurt to the point where you don't want to experience the lifestyle anymore, even though it's something that you want to do, because you come across people who took advantage of your inexperience. And when you're young, you're full of energy. And it's like you treat the swing lifestyle like freshman year of high school or freshman year of college. You so gung-ho, you're geeked about, you're like, yo, I want to do threesomes. I want to do orgies. I want to do foursomes. I want to do couple swaps, this, that, and the third. You excited. It's like your first day at college and your first day at high school. You got your clean clothes, your new shoes, everything. Like you want to floss, you want to flex, you want to flaunt. But then throughout the years, you see the ups and downs, a lot of downs, and then you become jaded. You become jaded about the swing lifestyle. You become, you have this mentality or you have these thoughts like, yo, I'm tired of this. Just like when you become a senior, you have senioritis and you just want to graduate. You just want to leave. You know, and that's why I say do things in moderation, because you don't want to be that senior who has senioritis and you just want to graduate. You don't give a fuck about school anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to become disenchanted and you're jaded and disillusioned about the lifestyle because you've been through wars. You have a lot of mental scars, emotional scars. And that's why I say, you know, you have to vet people in your circle. Just because we're in a swing lifestyle doesn't mean I gotta fuck with you. I vet any and everybody in my circle or who I decide to deal with. You know, just because I'm cool or just because we're cool, that doesn't mean I'm gonna let you in my private circle. Because you could be a fuck boy under disguise, or you could be a fuck bitch under disguise. And that's why you need to have a good read of character as you grow in a swing lifestyle, because that's a good number of grimy motherfuckers who try to blow up your spot like you're in a relationship and people try to break you up. People try to break up your relationship because misery loves company. And either they don't want you to have happiness, they either want what you have, or if they don't have it, they don't want you to have it. No, and you have to be strong. And not only you have to be strong, you have to work on yourself. You have to focus on yourself. You know, it's like, how are you in your 20s and you haven't took care of home first, but you fucking everything moving, or you want to run the streets? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not yet ready for that life. And if you are in your 20s, a lot of people in their 20s, when they do come in a swing lifestyle, they're single. They're not in relationships. A lot of 20-year-olds, they're not in relationships. They get in relationships when they hit their 30s. They may find somebody in the swing lifestyle, or they may found love outside of the lifestyle, and either they bring that person in a lifestyle or they say, fuck it, I'm done. They wash their hands of the lifestyle of swinging. They don't want to swing because their partners don't want to swing, and because, you know, they want to be with that person, they love that person, and they respect that person. They say, fuck it, I'm not losing a good thing just to be a part of the swing lifestyle. And that's cool. Like, I would never shit on somebody, you know, for leaving the lifestyle for greener pastures. But then you have them fake motherfuckers who, like, they know that they don't want to wife anybody or husband anybody in the lifestyle. They just like, fuck it, this is my sexual playground. I'ma fuck everything moving. And then when I found somebody who I want, I'm not a swinger anymore, I don't want to be in a lifestyle anymore. Fuck it. They have no intentions of experiencing the lifestyle with a partner. And I've experienced the lifestyle with a partner on separate occasions, on 2 occasions. And it's a beautiful thing, because you get to have Kodak moments with somebody who you consider to be special in your life. You travel together, you go to parties together, you go to events together. You care about that person, you know, because the whole game changes. Like, a lot of single dudes, they talk shit about men in relationships being insecure. But, you know, the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard. And you're not going to allow a pawn to knock off your queen. So you're going to be super duper hesitant about who your queen fuck, who your queen played with at a party. And likewise with your king. Ladies, you know, you're not going to allow any chick to fuck your man, especially when she's scandalous. And that's why you have to vet any and everybody you come across. And just because you look good or you're handsome, you're beautiful, sexy, that doesn't automatically mean we're going to fuck, because you could be a piece of shit. And I don't want to swap energies with you. You understand me? So, you know, that's pretty much it. That's like the basics, you know. It's all about being comfortable, having confidence, and building on yourself, focusing on yourself and on your relationship and finding yourself. If you can't find yourself, then you're going to lose yourself in a lifestyle. And then you're going to be a burnout after you became a turnout. People turned you out and now you're a burnout. You know, because you saw the lifestyle as a coping mechanism to find yourself, but You shouldn't use the lifestyle as a coping mechanism because it's going to destroy you. Always come in the swinger lifestyle as a whole instead of looking for somebody or something to fill that void. Come in as a whole and not a half, because I don't want a better half. I want a whole woman. You feel me? And on that note, this has been another episode of Swingers After Dark, and this is your host, Not Son Baby. Check out my website at www.notsonblaze.com. That's www.nahsunblaze.com. And check out my ebook, Fuck. Yes, you heard right, Fuck. F-U-C-K. It's on Nook, Kindle, iBooks, Google Play. Go get it. Shoot me an email at swingpodcast@gmail.com. That's swingpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me with any question or concerns that you may have. Rate, share, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. Dig. And we're going to leave out like this, man. So here we go. What? So here we go. Chicka. So here we go. Go. What? So here we go. And I'm out.